Hello. I want to commend the current Jamaican government, led by Prime Minister Andrew Holness and his Minister of Finance, for the way they conducted themselves throughout the recent pandemic. It was very impressive and made all of us in the diaspora feel proud about our country. The way the government continued with the current infrastructure programs, both during and after the pandemic, is equally commendable. Our current Prime Minister is an excellent communicator. Therefore, we in the diaspora can be more engaged and keep up to date on what's happening in Jamaica. We pray for the Prime Minister and his team of ministers that God will lead them in the right path to ease the suffering and the poverty of many Jamaican people who are being left behind. I'm praying that God will instruct the government of Jamaica to choose the right path that will help the poorest of the people and give them a leg to stand on, that the poor will not only survive, but strive. Today, my topics are the Jamaican economy needs to start growing by 10% per year for the next 30 years to catch up with most of our Caribbean neighbors like Barbados, Bahamas, and Trinidad and Tobago, etc. A growing economy will bring stability to the family structure in Jamaica, leading to less crimes in the country and less money needing to be spent on military special operations. It costs a lot for those ZOSO and SOEs, money that the government could be spending on the infrastructures that the country badly needs. We will be discussing the topics above today, and after today's presentation, I will put some questions in the comments section below today's post. Feel free to like, share, and take part in the questions and answers interaction below. Also, please subscribe to my channel so that you will be notified whenever I upload any new post. I will also share my notes in the comment section below. Please feel free to get engaged in the discussions as we try to make the Jamaican people aware of the opportunities that lies in their country. Now, as a man of God, my cares and concerns are deeply rooted in the family and the disruptions caused to the family structure when one partner has to uproot and go abroad to find work, or in some cases even have to go to another part of Jamaica to work for an extended period of time. But mainly I'm concerned with those who has the need to go to work abroad. Untold damage has been done to the family structure by absent parents, and in particularly absent fathers. Many studies done throughout the Western world has proven that absent fathers oftentimes lead to unruly youth, some of whom end up behind bars. The government currently keeps saying how popular Jamaica is on the world stage in terms of our culture and famous people, including Bob Marley, Usain Bolt, Safa Powell, Shelley and Fraser Price, etc. The government is also saying that a lot of international businesses want to invest in Jamaica, etc. The sentiments of our popularity are being echoed by various government ministries, including the Ministry of Tourism, the Ministry of Industry, Investment and Commerce, the Ministry of Finance, and Prime Minister himself, among others. My question, therefore, is this: why is Jamaica still projected to only grow by 1 to 2% per year over the next couple of years? Apart from catching up from where we were before COVID-19, we are still growing by 1 to 2% per year, as we have been doing for the past 60 years since independence. What Jamaica need to start doing is to start growing its GDP by 10% per year over the next 30 years, just to catch up with our Caribbean neighbors like Barbados, Trinidad, and the Bahamas, etc. Our GDP per capita is just a little over 5,000 US dollars, that's per person. While the above countries' GDP per capita is over 15,000 US dollars, that's per person. The above countries has 300% more than our GDP per capita. Hence, 10% per year for 30 years equal 300%. Though I'm not factoring in compound interest here, just to make it simple. But bear in mind, however, that those countries will not stop growing. Hence, we still will not catch them up after 30 years. We would just be above where they are today. However, we would have done much better in the next 30 years than we did in the last 60 years since independence. Some Jamaicans are talking about being the next Singapore, etc. But that would take growing by 10% per year for much more than 30 years to accomplish that goal. Let's try and catch up with our Caribbean neighbors first. The strong concerns that I have for Jamaica has been going on for quite a while now. Sometimes I try to put it behind me, but it keeps coming back to the forefront of my mind. Not only that, but the things that are oftentimes revealed to me as to how Jamaica could overcome its low productivity and increase its GDP per capita. Then a few weeks later or months later, I see the same thing happening in another country, somewhere around the world. They are putting the same things that has been revealed to me into practice and reaping the benefits. That's why I wrote to the government ministers back in mid-February this year. Sometimes even the very government of Jamaica is mentioning the very thing that has been revealed to me. However, the Jamaican government is not grasping the opportunities that lay before us in a way that would start to grow our GDP by 10% per year. It would appear as if the government is doing a little here and a little there, then wait and see how things worked out first, then they do a bit more 3 or 4 years later. However, I want to present a plan that can grow the GDP by 10% per year for the next 10 years, starting in the 2023-24 fiscal year and going on forwards for the foreseeable future. In fact, the plan of the government should be to double the GDP from the 2021 US 15 billion to a vision 2030 US 30 billion. Now, what do you think about the above statements? Do you think it can work? Do you think it sounds good? Comment below and we'll discuss the way forward for our beloved country, Jamaica. Thank you very much.